Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys listening and watching. Um, Obviously, yesterday, if you haven't been paying attention, was a big day for gold and silver. Gold at new all-time highs again. Silver broke out of a range. I believe the recent resistance was around 32.50 an ounce, and as of close yesterday, it was 33.78. It was up $2. So that's a $2 move is a pretty substantial move for silver in my mind, at least. And that's also if you're into charts, that's a recent resistance point for silver that it broke through. And, I've noticed a little bit change in my regular customers, the theme, some of them. For a while, it was all about gold. And yes, gold has done very well. But I'm starting to see some of these guys look at silver as, it's possibly breaking out. And, that was 12 years of, doldrums with silver. I mean, there was a number of years where it was under 20 bucks and nobody was buying it that much in here. Nothing like it's been the last, couple years or since COVID, actually. But, we'll see where this goes. The gold to silver ratio, which, I don't give that much credit to, but I do pay attention to it. And, it's like around 80 to 1 right now. And if I remember back in 2011, silver hit near 50 bucks an ounce. I was in business then. And gold would hit about 1,900 bucks an ounce. And I think the gold to silver ratio was about 38 at the time. So why silver has dragged like this, I don't know. Even if you watch the news or watch the media or watch financial shows and stuff like that, all they talk about is gold. Gold, 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 gold. And I do love gold, but I think silver has been overlooked. I think it's due for a breakout. I personally believe we're going back up toward 50 at some point here. And, if it gets above 50, which would be, like a new all-time high for, for all of the history of silver that we know of, I think it could go much higher. I don't, actually, let me see something. I want to use something on my calculator here. So, if it goes 30, so yeah, let me see, 2,700 divided by, let's say it goes to 50. It's 54. So if you compare it to 2011, you'd have to go to about 60-something an ounce approximately. I'm not doing exactly, but about 60, around $62, $63 an ounce to get to the ratio it was back then in 2011. So, that's what I'm looking at personally. I want to see what happens. I heard some report. I didn't look at the details about it. A couple customers told me, and I read about it a little bit, about how the Russians are going to start buying up a lot of silver or something. And I'm sure some of these other countries are starting to eye it up. And at some point, they may do to it what has happened to gold. These central banks have definitely been hoarding gold. I think at some point they're going to really start, buying up a lot of silver. And, they do need silver for a lot of industrial reasons, obviously. But, just like gold, silver is a store of wealth, in my opinion. And, just take a look at that debtclock.org. I believe we are at, I'll look it up later, but the last I looked, we were at 35 trillion, 700 billion in debt. We're closing in on $36 trillion in debt. And, that, I don't see that turning around. Honestly, I don't see how they're going to turn that around because our country is drunk with spending and printing and spending and printing and borrowing. So I don't think that changes anytime soon. But I am looking for, hopefully, a run-up in silver. I really think that's coming. I think it's just been overlooked a little bit recently. I know you regulars are constantly, doing, in my opinion, what the right thing is and keep stacking silver along with gold, because I like both, and I think they're both valuable. Gold's always been a store of wealth. And I think you're doing the right thing. Now, of course, I don't know the future. Nobody knows the future. Nobody knows for sure where this is going to go. And with this election coming up, this volatile election, I don't know how that's going to affect it for sure. There's theories about that and which candidate wins, what's going to happen. But, no matter who wins, I don't think this spending is going to stop that they're doing. And, one or the other may be able to slow it down. But, I can't imagine it's going to be an easy task to change this trend. And, as it keeps running like this, the debt, unfortunately, we're going to see it in the form of inflation, as we have, and it's going to keep rising. So we'll see what happens. One of my regular silver guys just pulled up. Actually, when he comes in here, I'm going to see if I could get him on camera and see what his thoughts are. He's been doing this for a long time. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. My buddy's walked in here before. He's been on my channel before. We've talked about a few things. And I wanted to ask him some questions. And since he's willing to go on camera, which of course a lot of guys won't, I'm using this opportunity, to talk to him. But I think something is happening with silver. It's just kind of a gut feeling. I think silver has been overlooked recently because gold has been so strong. And now silver has broken through a, pretty good resistance area, they say. And I think we might see a big run here, man. I don't know. What do you think?
I think there's a really good chance for it. It's hard to say because, the manipulations that are happening and stuff like that. And as far as I'm here today buying some more.
Yeah.
And Sunday's coming here in a couple of days. And that is the day they usually pick to manipulate the most, I'd say. For 90% of the Sundays, they usually hammer the silver and gold back down.
Yeah, but do you think like I've noticed this recently, a lot of guys, including myself, feel like maybe silver's about to bust out and start really running, but maybe to new all-time highs at some point here, because where it should be, in my opinion.
Well, what it has to do, this silver to gold ratio has got to close. It's just way too big of a gap right now, and that's what's probably happening right now a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
back in 2011, I was in business. Gold hit an all-time high at that point, was around 1,900 an ounce, and silver hit near 50, which was like 38 to 1. Right now it's at 80 to 1.
Or more.
Yeah. No, I think I figured it was about 80.5 or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I did on the calculator. And, I think it just seems like it's been so overlooked, and gold has been so hot, and all you hear about on the news and the media and the financial markets is that gold is, the thing. Gold's the thing. It's running. It's high, new high, new high, new high. But they never seem to talk about silver, ever.
Right.
So what I'm thinking is like usually when the sheep or the mainstream is all jumping onto one thing and they're overlooking the other thing, which is closely related, you would think that maybe silver's time is coming soon. That's what I think. And I know you're very. Hold on, my phone's ringing. You're very consistent over the years, and you're a true believer in silver.
Oh yeah.
I know you got some gold, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You got some gold, but I know you're a true believer in silver for the long run, and with the amount of money that's being printed and spent and borrowed and everything else, I think it's inevitable silver is going to run.
Oh yeah.
And, I don't know what's going to happen with the election in a couple of weeks. I think it may affect it, either way. But for the long term, I don't think anything's saving the dollar at this point.
You have to be a long-term investor for you. I mean, you cannot look at this by week by week. Election probably is going to do something up or down. It's going to affect it one way or the other. But with silver and gold, you cannot be in 1 month out the next month. You got to be a long-term investment for it. And it's going to take some time, and if you're going to be just jumping in and out, you're going to be making all kinds of mistakes, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that for the long term. I mean, it was dead for years, but I think I don't know why. This is not based on any kind of science. I just got this feeling, I can't explain it, that it's about to break out.
I do too.
I'm not telling anybody on my channel to go make decisions based on my feeling, because that's, it could mean anything. I could be completely wrong. And, they could beat it right back down. But I just think the day is coming soon. It just feels that way. And, I've had this feeling for a little while now. And like I said, with the election coming, God only knows what's going to happen with that.
Yes.
We're at 2.5 weeks away. And, I think whenever there's instability, it's going to help metals. It always usually does.
Always does.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on and giving me your opinion. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
And if there's anything else I can sell you, I'll be happy to sell you.
All right.
All right. All right. Well, there you have it. And, his opinion, he was even telling me off camera that, he feels the same way. Of course, a lot of my guys have felt like this for a long time, but, I try not to make any predictions because, in reality, I don't know for sure. Nobody knows for sure. We don't really have any control over this, as I've said many times. And there's a lot of channels online and different platforms that are pushing insane numbers. And I've told you before, the reason you see headlines or titles that silver 500 ounce, silver 1,000 ounce is because they want to get views. They're doing this, they're trying to make a living from it or whatever, and they want to get views. I'm not going to tell you that, but, if and when we get to that magic number of 50 an ounce for silver and it goes above it, look out, because I don't know, no idea where it's going to go. I think in my shop, if it hits 50 an ounce, we're going to see a huge influx of silver, and that's going to create other problems that I've talked about. But me personally, if it gets to 50 an ounce, I'm not selling any of my own stuff. It's not happening. I want to see what it does at that point. If it breaks above, I'm just holding. And, like we also talked about, what's the point of turning it back into paper money when the reason it's running like this is because of the weakening dollar? So it doesn't make any sense to me. But if you guys if you guys are feeling this way, any of you long-term silver guys, if you have any comments about this, what do you think's happening? Do you have the same feeling that I do, this guy does? Let me know in the comments below and let us all know what you think. I think I might be right. I don't know. Time will tell, right? And if you would, guys, please like and subscribe. It's helping me build this channel, and I appreciate it. So thanks a lot and have a great day. Bye.